Welcome, everyone. This is Polypheedles, and you're listening to LOTRO Players News, where we take a look at the latest news in LOTRO and here at LOTRO Players. And this week we have with us Terry Adwin.
Hi.
And Sanswinda.
Hello.
Hello there. And today let's head into some release notes, because whenever we have a major release of some sort, there's usually a patch soon afterwards. And in this case, for items, they reduced the opacity of the weapon aura of the dead cities, as the effect was a bit too bright. The Black Mastiff cosmetic pet now once again looks like a Black Mastiff rather than like that bridled shepherd that it was disguising itself as for a while. I guess it thought the bridled shepherd was the coolest new dog, so it decided to disguise itself as it.
Early Halloween costume.
Yeah, early Halloween costume. That's right. And the XP bonus on monster kills, crafting, and quest completions for the Earring of the Dead City and the Earrings of the High Elves will now stack with each other.
Hooray!
So that means I'm going around wearing 2 leveling earrings at the same time instead of...
Hey, now I have 2 things that give XP bonus, which is awesome.
Well, you do have a point there.
I have 3. I level up so fast. Finally,
I
you've got,
aspire
like, 4
to
or
have
5, right?
3 or 4.
Let's see. All right, 2 earrings. I have the... Well, there are 2 pocket items, but since obviously you can only use one of them. And then there's the shield in the back. So that's 1, 2, 3. Is there? Right,
There might only be 4.
Yeah, it might
They can
only
be equipped at one time.
Yeah, I think there are 4 that can be equipped at one time. So. But yeah, that's quite a bit of them, and the XP does seem to rather accumulate, shall we say, when you have all of them on at the same time. And in quests and adventuring areas, Stout X characters can now accept the quest Chapter 10, Forgotten Lineage, and progress their legendary item.
Yay!
Now, I believe that people who are playing Stout Axes got to the point where that was significant right as last weekend hit.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what it was looking like.
Yeah, which means there's wondering, well, why isn't standing zone support around?
They don't work 24/7? What?
Yeah. Unfortunately. Right, so you had to wait a little while before you could get into Mordor and get your legendary items and all that fun stuff as a result of that.
Actually, getting into Moria was harder than getting into Mordor.
Oh, Moria. Sorry, Moria. Stout Axes should have... Well, actually, Stout Axes probably have no trouble getting into Mordor. It's just that...
I mean, especially if you have a Mordor door.
Yeah. Right, if you got a Mordor door, then...
Or access to one, yeah.
Right. The only trouble is if you're a Stout Axe, you probably don't want to go into Mordor.
We need a title Walked Out of Mordor. I think that should be a thing.
That should totally be a thing.
Every time you complete the intro, Walked Out of Mordor.
Walked out of Mordor. Perfect for a Stout Axe. And Stout Axe is completing the Shadow of Mordor quest will now receive a gift pack for level 5 characters. Now, if you really want to get that gift pack, you will need to, and you completed the quest before they put in this patch, then you're going to have to contact account support or whoever it is in order to get it, because it's not automatically being delivered to those who completed it before that time. I think I decided on my character. I think I got enough junk in my inventory as it is.
I was just thinking that. I'm like, is it really worth getting the thing?
I kind of want the Slayer Deed boost and the XP bonus.
Oh, I got plenty of those that I don't use anyway.
Yeah, I figured it'll be in my, because at lower levels, whoop-de-doo, and at higher levels, you want to keep it in your inventory until you get up there.
Well, maybe not, but that 30-minute Slayer Deed thing is really handy when you don't want it to be running for an hour or an hour and a half because you don't know what you're going to be doing the next time you log in. But you've got 30 minutes and you could totally knock some stuff out.
I suppose you got a point there.
Again, by the time I remember that I've got it, I'm done.
Fair.
Yeah, there is that. Now, I presume that if you don't have journeyman writing, then the horse whistle may come in handy. But
True.
that will only tide you over until you got enough. Hopefully, it'll tide you over until you have enough points in order to buy writing. Or if you're a VIP, I suppose, then until you get to level 20 so that you could complete the quest to get it. And the barber camera now correctly focuses on the face.
For stout axes.
Yeah, for stout axe. I presume it's been doing that already for other classes. I didn't go to the barber on a stout axe, so... I didn't notice about that. On the UI, the Weapon Aura outfit slots now have a compatibility notification when a Weapon Aura is slotted in the equipment outfit. In an equipment outfit. Oh, okay.
I guess that's good.
Yeah, that way you don't. It's saying, oh, why can't I put this aura into my. Yeah.
Trusty rock.
Yeah, into my trusty rock, yeah. And corrected some translation issues in French and German game clients. And that's the list of the updates there. And then let's head into the LOTRO Begin, issue 131. Another dwarf-related one. I presume this is at the Hall Under the Mountain, or?
It does look like Erebor.
Yeah. I'll assume that's what that is. So let's head into our community spotlights. Millard's Got Talent will be held on Wednesday, October the 9th, and Thursday, 17th on Langeable server. And you could join Acorn Oakley for October Oaks on October the 12th on Laurelin. Paul Nolune presents the concert. Oh, that was already today. Never mind. And Material Middle Earth has posted a new cosmetic, Memories of the Last Alliance.
Which was awesome.
Right? What to do with your Lost Alliance outfit, alright? Of course, they take a nice looking outfit and bring it up to 11 is what they do there. And
well, again, the key is you don't want to just do all of the matching pieces. You use a couple and then find other stuff to match.
Yes, there is that.
Accessorizing is key, people.
And then the Gleaming Thread has Leap of Faith. It looks like he's being sneaky.
It's apparently an outfit based on Assassin's Creed.
Ah, okay. Shows you how much I've seen Assassin's Creed stuff.
Well, it is labeled up at the top of the article.
Oh, and an Assassin's Creed inspired out. Well, I suppose. Yeah, that shows you how much I read the fine print, doesn't it? then continue on with the Beacon, where in the Kin Hall we have Raging Raiders. It is an in-game raiding kin that is currently looking to fill its roster with capable players which have a knack for raiding and play their class at the absolute top level. And you could click on the link to learn more about them. Does not sound like a good description of me. Let's then head into our weekly comment, where we ask the question, how will you be preparing for the Harvest Math Festival?
Trying to get rid of some quests so I'll have more quest log space.
Always
That might
a problem.
be useful.
And maybe some inventory so that I can carry around the in-league deliveries.
And candy.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Oh, my honor ward needs to, at the Harvest Mass Festival, needs to pick up her mushroom. You remember the mushroom that you playing the summer festival? Yeah. So I'll need to pick that up and have that as a nice decoration. Can't think of anything other real preparations for it, because what kind of preparations do you need for a Harvest Math Festival?
You would be surprised. No, I really don't know, because I haven't been doing the festivals. I'm so bad.
Oh, well. Then let's head to our fan site news. And first off, I heard that people do not expect the Hobbit Inquisition. Right.
Can't imagine why not.
Why not? Yeah. Of course, that was last week's.
Nobody expects the Hobbit Inquisition.
And Druid's Fire returns with another episode of Gondor Has No Druids. You could join Big Ed Mustafa for some adventures after dark. Wayward Plain continues into the Vales. Valville continues on her burglar. Adventures with Elda continues with dailies. Then Anvil T2 raid. Then Winnie's Adventures continues in Mirkwood. And then the Bar Scholar explores the new Stout Axe. And apparently people talk Druid's Fire into not retiring. Because, yeah, she seems to be back now.
Uh-huh.
Then, for our screenshot of the week, Crown of Antlers posted this week's screenshot, and it looks like...
It's a Halloween doormat.
Yes,
candy.
Her preparations for the Harvest Mass Festival, apparently. That's candy? Pretty big candy, then. Okay. I guess
I
I've
don't remember
never...
what treat that is. But it is one of the treats for the trick-or-treat event.
Ah, alright. I've never done the trick-or-treat event.
Well, you're going to have to on your Honor Warden, and it's awesome.
Oh, yeah. I guess I am going to have to. See, I have to do just about everything there is at the best. I think I'm going to postpone the bingo thing, because I figured doing the bingo thing in the Harvest Math Festival while Bingo is still in the middle of his adventures doesn't seem quite right. But anyways, I'll just do that next year then. Leave something for next year. And that's it for our beacons. So let's then head into our store sales. And Terry, what's on sale this week?
Well, the weekly coupon gets you a plus 5,000 enhanced reputation supply with Coupon Famous now through October 10th.
Ooh.
And we've got some mount stuff on sale. Find your Shadowfax. Get 20% off now through October 10th. Select war steeds, riding skills, select mounts, and movement speed buffs.
Journeyman riding trait. Account wide.
If you don't have it, now's the time to get it.
Now, my question is, of course, which character should I get that 5,000 enhanced reputation for?
I'm
Whatever
wondering which
character you're
server.
working on rep with.
Oh, actually, I think I know what I should do. I should get it on my main character, so since I'm sure I'm going to need some sort of rep in Minas Morgul.
Probably.
Yeah, that would probably be the most important one to get it with, especially since on Honor, being so completionist, I tend to be finishing up those reputations without too much trouble. So I think I'll get it on my main character since I'm going to have to get Minas Morgul rep anyway. Then let's head into our site news, where we had it. We're in Middle Earth as Emerald, and it came out right after last week's show, where of course the week before she was at the Ice Reeves mine in Forgel. So the question then is, where is she this week? So I haven't had a chance to check this out. But it looks like a nice homey location, as opposed to in the middle of Forgel. So let's then head into a new player question. And since Winda, what's your question?
How do you skip the new character tutorial? And what is veteran status, and how do you use it?
What? People want to do that?
Yeah, I actually know how to do these things, but it came up recently, so it came to mind.
Well, when you're creating your character, there's a little checkbox on the screen to skip character tutorial, but you gotta be really careful that you have that box checked if you want to skip it, because you can't go back and change your mind after you finish creating your character.
I mean, could you delete your character and try over, or is that what you come to if it comes
well,
to that?
It take more time than running the tutorial.
Well, no, okay, so if you figure it out right away, it doesn't actually take that much time because it saves what choices you had used for your character select stuff. However, if you make the character and can't play right away and have to log out and log back in, then you have no idea what your appearance options were, and you have to go through all of that all over again.
And you might not even remember if you checked it.
Right. Veteran status is a little easier, especially since you can actually use it also to skip the new character tutorial. Veteran status automatically levels you to level 5 and skips you through the intro instance. So, when you create your character, if you find yourself in the tutorial and you really don't want to play it again, you can skip past that and your character's starter instance by going into the store and searching for Veteran, and it's 100 LOTRO points normally. Sometimes it's on sale, which is usually when I get it for characters. And it will take you to level 5 and give you a weapon and armor pack for your character. Simple, easy, no muss, no fuss.
And it puts you right where you need to be to start the prologue for your race, right?
Yeah. Point of note, if you're planning on using some kind of aria thing on a new character, you can't if you're in the starter intro. So if you're going to use an aria thing or any kind of Valor item, veteran status is a good secondary purchase. So you can make your character buy those 2 items and immediately get to whatever level you need to get to in the content that you want to explore. Not that happened to me or anything.
I also want to point out that once you buy veteran status, it drops the envelope in your inventory. You have to actually use the envelope and accept the quest to be able to turn it in and skip out of the intro.
Yeah, and you have to, I believe you have to do it before you actually accept any quests in the intro.
Though now it just says that you have to do it before you leave the intro. So I'm not entirely sure if that's still true. I know that I saw Zurak talk to an NPC and put on new armor before he used it. So,
but if you've got
probably
to
don't want to do
7, you probably
Yeah, you probably don't want to go back to level 5.
I mean,
Would it put you
you've
back
already,
to level 5, or does it just give you a set amount of XP?
I think it gives you the set XP. But, I mean, if you've already been going through the starter instance, you might as well just finish it out, because it's not like it takes that long.
Right.
But if you got a new character and you're like, man, I really don't want to do any quests here, that would be a good time to use it.
I really just want to start doing what I need to do.
Just remember to check your inventory for the item and use it before you completely freak out. Like, it didn't work. I'm still stuck here in the starter instance.
Yeah. And it's just been so long since I had played a regular elf that I was trying to remember. All right, exactly how does the current version of this? Because since they changed many of the starter instances over time, the tutorials over time, it looks like the elf one is the one that changed the least of the.
Well, that actually makes a certain kind of sense, because elves.
Oh, actually, I don't think the man one has changed all that much. I think the only change in the man one was replacing Amdir with Strider. I think that's the only change they made on the men's side. The Hobbit one changed completely, and so the Hobbit one changed. Yeah, the Hobbit one changed a lot. The Dwarf one, I remember that one changed a lot. Oh, that's right. On the elf one, you no longer run into goblins, because in the original version of the Dour Hands and the goblins were already working together then, and they decided to delete that particular point and have that as a new innovation in the revised storyline.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Did we answer your question?
Yeah, thank you.
Right. Then let's head into our week in LOTRO. And Terry Adwin, what were you up to?
Well, Terry Adwin has finished the Black Book of Mordor so far. Still doing the interlude, which technically isn't the Black Book, so I'm caught up to date with the Black Book of Mordor. Finally! Just a couple weeks before we get more of it. I had the best moment in game that I've, ever had. So, I don't want to spoil it for people, because we will eventually talk about it, because we have to do our Update 24 review. However, you know how the game is good at giving you choices and then not actually following through with these choices? Like, they force you into the path. Volume 2! Mazog. So I was presented with an opportunity to either talk to an NPC or fight the NPC. And I said, well, heck no, I don't want to talk to him. I'm just going to kill him. And I got to fight him. And I was so proud of myself, because I actually lived through the encounter. And then Elf showed up. So he ran off. And then we get back to Bjorn's house, and Gandalf is all snotty. And I felt like a bucket of water had been dumped on my character's head. Like, all of the high that I had from that awesome moment was completely drained away by talking to Gandalf. To the point where I actually literally screamed in frustration. I was so upset. And Pineleaf was cracking up at me, because he's already done it.
I might have fish-slapped the wizard.
But, yeah, so, and then we started on the interlude, which is pretty interesting so far.
Wait
and then
the next part.
Yeah, I'm sure that I'm just going to get more frustrated with wizards. Oh, yeah, we still need to talk to Radagast and tell him that he sucks. Because we did finish out the round of Radagast quests, and now we need to tell him that he sucks. It's on the to-do list. And then, earlier today, late last week, after the podcast, Sanswina had asked me if I could please level my poor burglar, who's been languishing at level 94, because she has all of the stuff to make her level 95 gear, but didn't want to do it until she actually reaches level 95. So earlier in the week I played a little bit, and then today I finished up, and she's finally level 95. So I was finally able to equip the new LIs that I think have been sitting in her inventory for like 4 months that Chromite made. Because Chromite is awesome. He will, as long as I give him the materials, he will totally craft me LIs. So I gave him all of the stuff that he needed for the first stagers for Sarissa, and I got them identified, and they identified really great. I was really surprised at how well it went, because normally I get like a bunch of legacies I can't use because they're for a line I'm not in. But I actually got useful ones on both of her LIs.
Yay!
Which is good, because the weapons I deconstructed were level 75, so I couldn't actually use the legacies that I pulled off of them. Oops. So, yeah, and that's actually one of the changes that I really hate. That's one of the things I really hate about the LI system. Like, it doesn't matter if you're leveling LIs, because if you're not paying attention to what level they are, then pulling the legacies isn't going to do you any good, because if the weapon, you can't use that legacy, regardless of the fact that you really should be able to, because the weapon legacies don't change. So why does the level make a difference?
It's a great question.
I guess it's to keep people from buying a bunch of cheap LIs and leveling them, but you get cheap LIs dropping off the landscape anyway. Also, I had 2 burglar items drop for Sarissa, which never happens. Never happens. They were level 88 and she's level 95. Whatever, I'll take it. That's kind of a peeve in Rohan. I've noticed that a lot of the trash that's dropping off the mobs is not task items I can use because it's level 80 something. It's weird. But yeah, so that was my week. So Sans, how was yours?
Well, I made it through the instance that killed my squishy runekeeper last week on my hunter this week, which with much better luck. No runs in from the res circle. Knowing what was coming helped a little bit. Probably being medium armor helped a little bit. But yeah, it went way smoother. And I felt very successful and accomplished and powerful. It was a lot of fun. And I got my first quest to go roving threat hunting on my Arkenstone Sanswinda, which is awesome. She's level 96, 97, and hey, she got the quest. That's pretty cool. It's a milestone. So yeah, I can hardly wait to go try to take on some roving threats and see what we might be able to do. So,
get squished most likely.
There's 4 of us. We can totally probably take at least one.
Well, let's see. We did take out that warband, at least.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as we dismounted, we were fighting really good.
Yeah, mounted, we were getting squashed by that warband. As soon as we dismounted, yeah, everything went great.
And I think as long as we try to fight on foot, we'll probably be fine with some roving threats, especially in the lower level areas. I mean, the dragons might be a problem, but I think we stand a chance.
Oh, the dragons kills off level capped groups.
I know.
I know that from personal experience.
The dragons are the biggest problem to my main Sanswinda soloing roving threats.
Okay.
She can still do it sometimes, but she needs some healing or res capabilities nearby. And I did some more festivaling and caught more fish on my Hobbit Burglar in preparation for the Girls of Middle-earth tomorrow. So, yeah, I'm working on finishing getting some emotes and things for her, and I'm looking forward to being able to play her more again. So, how was your week, Pineleaf?
All right. I'll begin with my Honor Warden, who attended a rigged auction and was rewarded with a trip to a swamp.
How much does Isengard bid?
5. Yes, they like to bid 5, no matter what anyone else bid. Falcon Clan bids 3 billion. Isengard
bids 5.
My Stout Axe quested in Arid Luine, and I ran all the lower level stuff in there. I'm capped by whatever was on the. I'm capping myself at wherever the epic is what I'm tending to do on there, because I'm recording the epic and class quests and stuff like that. And I'm doing the side quests as I go off camera and while I'm going through there. So therefore, I'm trying to avoid going past that and what I'm questing. And of course, during the side quests, if I'm already past my level, I turtlestone it, of course. My StatX was quest. That's right. And on Landreval, I visited an old Hobbit landmark. A very old Hobbit landmark.
And potentially deadly?
Potentially deadly? Well, oh, that's just because of the squatters in there, right?
Well, yeah.
We took care of the squatters.
We did.
You're right.
And there was an old button.
That's true.
It didn't do anything, but it was there.
You could select it.
All right. Yes. And in News Beyond Lotro, we've got a wallpaper gallery for All That Is Gold Does Not Glitter. So, of course, is by Darren Loremaster. So, if you want to have a link to it, to the entire set, you can go there. Yes. We currently have 18 supporters on Patreon, and if you would like to join this illustrious raid of players and help support LOTRO players, simply go to our donations page where you can support the Players Alliance on Patreon. There you'll find rewards, including a mention on a podcast of your choice, or even be guest with us for an episode of LOTRO Players News. We did not receive any emails this week, but if you like to send us one, you can send it to podcast@LotroPlayers.com, and you can also follow us on Twitter, the Players Alliance @Players Ally, LOTRO Players @LOTRO Players, Arendis @Arendis, Pineleaf @Pineleaf Needles, Sandwinda @Sandwinda, and Terry Edwin @Terry Edwin. The Players Alliance has two shows. On Mondays at 7 p.m. UC time, we have DDO Players News, and on Saturdays at 8:30 p.m. UC time, we have LOTRO Players News. Each of our shows at LOTROPlayers.com/live. And that's all for tonight. Until this is Finding Mules reminding you to skirmish responsibly.